Welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or to sell real estate, your biggest investment. It does it with Barb Schlinker. She's the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and that is the name and the guarantee. Now, Barb, if someone is thinking of selling their home, what are some of the top trends that are dating a home that we might not even realize because we've been going through that house day after day after day? You don't notice the differences.
Well, first of all, if you're not selling your home, don't worry about it. Do stuff for you and enjoy it. It doesn't matter. But if you are selling your home, or if you're planning to somewhere in the future and you want to plan ahead, we'd be happy to talk with you about it anytime. So before you go in and put a lot of money into something, ask me. Not all improvements will add to the bottom line. And it really does depend. It depends on the price range of the home. It depends on the market conditions at the time, the area competition. Like yesterday, I had 10 offers on a very dated home that had some of these issues. It's okay. It's because we priced it right and it's got good location, something you cannot control. And that made a big difference. So buyers do eliminate homes based on what we call deferred maintenance. So what they did on this home is basically they just replaced the carpet because that would make it move-in ready. You know, the kitchen's kind of closed off and nothing really has been updated. It had the heavy drapes, the whole thing, but beautiful lot, great location. And that home Richard, just last weekend, we had 90 people attend the 1 hour open house.
Oh my gosh.
Just last weekend.
The numbers that you are able to generate are amazing to me. I remember the last time you did that. What was your record?
It was 175, but that was before the rates went up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And this is now. So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Lots of love letters on that home. Great home. Anyway, so how do you really know what is dated and what's not dated? So if you like it and you're not moving, like I said, don't worry about it. Do it for you and enjoy it. You know, and I believe that any improvements that you're doing, you should initially do them for you. Some people kind of go all in with remodeling for the purpose of selling, and you may not, in fact, in most cases, you won't get 100% of your investment out of it. So you got to be kind of careful about how to do this. But I watched a really cool video this weekend about that was done by an interior designer that went over these top 10 things that are dating your home. And actually, some of them surprised me. The first one, and this is the one of them that surprised me, were the signs, you know, the ones that you see: live, love, laugh, you know, pantry, kitchen. You know, they're very cute. They're inspiring. They were in style. Now they're not. So how do you deal with that? That would be a very inexpensive fix. If it's paint, you just paint over it, take a big, nice piece of artwork. You can go to places like Target, Walmart. AFW has some fabulous artwork that they put on canvas that are very inexpensive. Kirdlands is another one that has some really nice artwork that's not expensive. Something that you like that looks kind of neutral or just gives a pop of color in that space would be a good substitute for those signs. The next thing that's out of style is the Tuscan Look. And a lot of homes have these design features in them, especially the faux paint.
Yes.
You know, it's okay to have like a powder bath that has faux paint or just one little spot. It's not a big deal. But if you go all in, I've seen people go all in with ceilings and walls. And actually, this picture we're looking at used to have a big faux painted crack on the wall. Oh. It was so well done that when people came and looked at the home, they asked if there were structural problems.
Yeah, is there mine subsidence going on here or something like that?
It was painted in there to make it look Tuscan, you know. So that's kind of going by the wayside. If you like the Tuscan Look, it's okay to have that palette, but there's more modern ways of doing that. And then an outdated color palette. Now, this one I'm watching all the time because I'm in and out of houses constantly through my career. and I see the colors come and go. You know, when I started back in the 90s, which is dating me, what was in style very temporarily were the mauve and green color palette. Remember that?
Oh, I do.
You saw it?
It's amazing because at the time you think it's so cool. It's so hip. It's so new. It's so trendy, right?
It was the Southwesty thing was in.
Yep.
And so anyway, but so the more recent ones that we've seen that have come and go are the grays, especially if you go all in with all the paint and all the walls, that gunmetal gray, that dark gray. You want to substitute those with paint if you can. It's one of the easiest things you can do with kind of a warmer neutral, kind of wander away from the golden palettes. And the best way to tell, I think, is sometimes if you just go to model homes, you can really see what's trending with the colors. There's a really nice color called burnished clay, a bear color that's actually sort of like a taupey color that looks good against white trim. So there's different things. I've pulled up some magazine articles that show that. Number 4 dated look, believe this or not, are the honey colored high gloss wood floors, which we have, you know, in our house.
There are a lot of them. I mean, that was the deal for a long time.
It was. And now if you go into models, you'll notice that the floors are now kind of a matte finish. They're not shiny at all. They don't have a stain color in them. They just look kind of like the raw wood color, a very clean kind of taupey look instead of the goldy look. That's what's changing. Now, am I saying go out and recoat your hardwood floors just because of that? No, not necessarily. Hardwood floors are actually highly desirable. That's the one thing that makes them desirable, is they're pretty easy to resand, recoat, recolor. It costs some money or it takes some labor to do it, but it depends on the price point. I just had a bidding war a few months ago on a house that had Berber carpet over the top of nice gleaming honey colored hardwood floors. But in that price range, the buyers felt like that was an improvement. And I did get a really nice bidding war on that home. So before you do any change like that, give us a call. We can definitely refer you to our stager. She's an interior designer. She'll give you some great tips that, you know, might not cost you too much money, but it really does depend on the price range. And if you want to call us, our number is 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can always reach her at 719-301-3900. And if you're in the car and you can't listen to the entire show, remember you can listen to the show on Barb's website. Barb has a.Buyers.com. It'll kick you over to YouTube, to various podcast platforms, and the entire show is worth listening to, repeating and passing it on to your friends and children as well. Barb, we're talking about the top 10 trends that are dating our homes, and many of us aren't even aware of it. What are some of the other things that a home seller should consider updating when they're getting ready to sell a home?
Right. So one of them that we're seeing a lot of people take out of their homes are the raised counter bars, especially in the kitchen. The more desirable look is the all one level counter bar. So this can be kind of expensive to repair, because you're kind of moving drywall and stuff. I just did it in this little condo and it looks so much better. It actually gives you more real estate on the counter, but it's also more updated. So again, it depends on the price range as to whether or not you would even do this to your home. It might be just fine, but it just depends. So give us a call and that's what we do. Another one that's a very easy and very inexpensive fix is take down those heavy drapes on the windows. There was a time, I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s, where everybody was putting up these heavy drapes with tassels and, you know, flowing out onto the floor. And it's just too much, you know, in the Colorado area. It's so beautiful here. What the buyer trends are now is they want light and airy, bring the light from the outside in. If you're going to do any window coverings, you just do some kind of clear sheers along the side, but take down those heavy drapes. Those are not desirable anymore. Another thing that's out of style, now this one surprised me as well, is the frosted or colored light globes on light fixtures. Did you know that one, Richard?
No, not at all. I mean, I guess you just get used to it. I didn't think there was any problem looking at.
No, in fact, I've
yeah.
just put some of these in some of the houses, that we're updating to sell or whatever. And the trend now is to go to a more clear glass or a clear globe or no globe at all, just a frame around it. And so the other trend that we're seeing is kind of the Victorian style crystal light fixtures. We're seeing a lot of those as well. But the old frosted colored globe or the colored globe, it has gone out of style. And I did not know that. That shocked me, actually. Another one, this is in my house, is furniture with dark wood and dark wrought iron. I didn't know that was out of style either. That's probably one of the things that's still selling at American Furniture Warehouse, but that's trending away. I don't know what you would do to replace that. And honestly, I would not replace furniture if you're going to sell your home. We can digitally enhance anything. We can make any piece go away. We include a stager with our listings. So they'll be able to give you tips on what to do. I've got 3 storage sheds full of staging furniture. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's just interesting that that's a trend. And then number 9 are the beds, the bed in a bag, or I think what they're talking about is those fluffy comforters.
Oh my gosh.
Tons of pillows.
Yes. It looks like it's something from like a fairy tale.
Well, everybody does that now, big, giant, fluffy bed in, comforter in a bag type thing. I don't know what the answer is to this, but I would say, if anything, you would want to do just something very light and white, not a heavy print when you're selling a home. Don't go too heavy on the pillows. Just use a few of the Euro pillows for the width of the bed. It could be 3, it could be 4. Don't go too big on that now. It's a cleaner, kind of more, how should I say, modern look, I guess. And then number 10, which for me, it's not a deal breaker for me. It's kind of cute, especially in kids' bedrooms, but heavily themed, THEMED decor, like the Hawaii room or the Batman room or the
baseball room in my case. Yeah.
Which is cute. It's cute for kids. It's okay with that. I don't mind that, to be honest with you. But some people go all in with the whole house. Like they'll have a beach theme, and we're in Colorado. We don't have any beaches, when I watched the video, it goes, "I'm coming for your oars." I thought that was very cute. So I think the advice there is to kind of undecorate. The cleaner look, the more minimalist is actually more attractive right now. So if you are thinking of making a move and you'd like to know what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, we can help you with that. Just give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. I'm Richard Randall. That is Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can always reach Barb at 719-301-3900. And again, if you're in your car and you're listening and you get to your location, you'd like to hear the rest of the show, you really should. And go to barbhasthebuyers.com. That will kick you over to either a podcast platform. You can watch it on YouTube and see all the graphics as well. It's kind of one-stop shopping. Barb, what are some of the other things a home seller should not do to get their home ready for sale?
Well, I mean, don't do super expensive upgrades yet. I mean, it may not require any. Typically the basics, like making sure the carpet's fresh and the flooring is enough that you can move in ready, is enough. But I would not do a $70,000 kitchen remodel. You may not get the money out of it. Give us a call first. That's the key, and we can help you and give you good guidance anytime. We don't mind calling people well ahead when they plan to plan to sell their home. We're happy to do that because we want to make sure that you're not, throwing money away that you shouldn't have to.
You've got it. When we come back, we'll be discussing the top 6 reasons why pending home sales are falling through in some cases. Barb Schlinker will tell us about that when we come back.